Welcome to Tulum. What was once a sleepy beach town 20 years ago has become the latest and hottest digital nomad destination. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I've been a digital nomad for 4 years, and a large part of my travels have been in Mexico. I moved to Tulum in August 2020. And in this video, I'm going to share with you everything you need to know to live as a digital nomad in Tulum. From the different neighborhoods, gyms, co-working spaces, and grocery stores. I'll also drop some knowledge about my favorite beaches and cenotes and spots for food and drinks. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, make sure to do so and to turn on your post notifications so you don't miss out on any of my new videos about Tulum and about being a digital nomad in Mexico. So without further ado, let's dive right in. What's not to love about Tulum? It's where the jungle meets the sea. It has great weather, sandy white beaches, and access to dozens of cenotes. But the Tulum that you see in all the influencer Instagram posts, well, that part of Tulum is in the hotel zone. That's where all the fancy beach clubs and hotels like Awa, Papaya Playa, and Tabu are. Without traffic, the hotel zone is about a 30-minute drive from the center of Tulum town. This is where you want to be if you want to stay close to the beach and near Tulum's popular bars and restaurants. However, it's also the most expensive part of town. So the cheaper places to stay in Tulum are in Tulum Centro, in the neighborhoods of Vias Tulum, La Veleta, and Aldea Zama, in that order. Most expats and digital nomads tend to live in Aldea Zama or La Veleta, and the topic of which neighborhood is better is a controversial one in Tulum. And where you decide to stay is a matter of taste and budget, and each has its pros and cons. So let's get into it. Aldea Zama is one of Tulum's newest developments and is closer to the beach and to Tulum Centro than La Veleta is. It has a lot of new condos and buildings and has paved roads, but it's also more expensive than La Veleta and feels more like a gated community of expats and tourists. And because of its maze-like layout, it can be difficult to navigate and move around. That said, its layout and gated community-like atmosphere also makes it more secure and safer than the rest of Tulum. La Veleta is a little more rustic and in the jungle than Aldea Zama is, and it's less commercial too, so it's a better option if you want to be closer to nature. You'll also find more locals living there too, and it's where I ended up living. It's a bit further from town and the beach though, but it's cheaper than Aldea Zama. A lot of the roads are unpaved too, and because it's less developed than Aldea Zama, it's also a lot less safe, and there tends to be more break-ins in La Veleta than Aldea Zama, so you have to be more cautious and careful. But whether you end up in Aldea Zama or La Veleta, be sure to pick a spot where there isn't a lot of construction noise, because there's still a lot of construction going on in both neighborhoods. And of course, the real charm of Tulum is in Centro. Authentic street food, charming spots, and lots of locals. Regardless of where you decide to stay in Tulum, the best way to get around and explore is on a set of wheels. By car, taxi, colectivo, motorbike, bicycle, and my personal favorite, scooter. So now that you know your way around Tulum, I think the most important thing that you need to know as a digital nomad when you come here is that the Wi-Fi is not the best. Because Tulum is a place where the jungle meets the sea, it's a great place to unplug and get away from it all, but it's not the best place to work because the infrastructure is still relatively undeveloped. But fear not, there are a number of co-working spaces in Tulum with fast Wi-Fi where you can get some work done and even do Zoom calls. In and around La Valeta, there's Digital Jungle, and Los Amigos Cowork. And in downtown Tulum, there's the Good Space, COATI Cafe, and KEVA Coffee, which as the name suggests, has amazing coffee and breakfast. And then in the hotel zone, there's a co-working space at SELINA Hostel. I did a longer video which goes into more detail about each of the co-working spaces, the costs, opening hours, and the pros and cons of working from each one. Hit the link above to go watch it. Aside from the co-working spaces, coming up are some of my favorite places in Tulum to grab a bite to eat, or have a drink, or a cup of coffee that are laptop friendly. Mi Amor Restaurante and Ekal are my favorite places by the beach. They have amazing views and they are both close to the free public beaches in the archaeological zone of Tulum. If you're more into jungle vibes, then head to Hotel BARDO and Jungle KEVA. Hotel BARDO has an amazing pool which is free for the public to use if you order food or drinks. While there, make sure to order my favorite cocktail, the Santa Muerte. And then at Jungle KEVA, make sure to order their banana bread and then stay for an hour or two and soak up the jungle scenery. In downtown Tulum, there's Cara Feliz, a small bookstore and coffee shop. And then for delicious smoothies or acai bowls, check out Preto. It's also next to the Good Building, which has the Good Burger, the Good Pizza, and the Good Space Co-working all in one spot. If you're looking for an amazing breakfast with a wide variety of food and at affordable prices, then look no further than Liquido y Solido. They also have a great ambiance and live music. And you cannot visit Tulum without stopping by Holistica. Being there is like a breath of fresh air in the middle of all the frenetic Tulum energy and vibes. Whether you go there for their out-of-this-world vegan food, for a wellness class or workshop, or just to be one with nature in the jungle paradise, you're going to love Holistica and all its serenity. And of course, let's not lie. The main reason why you're coming to Tulum is for the beaches. Now, Tulum has a bad rep for being expensive, and it can be, but it doesn't have to be if you do it right. So whenever you're ready to hit the beach, my advice is to skip the expensive, noisy and crowded beach clubs and instead hit up the public beaches. My favorites are Playa Las Palmas, Playa Santa Fe, and Playa Paraíso. And they're all in the archaeological zone of Tulum Beach, about a 10-minute drive or 20-minute bike ride from the center of Tulum. I find the beaches here more laid back, and you find people from all walks of life, including locals, foreigners, singles, couples, and families. That said, I sometimes like to spend my days lounging at a beach club in Tulum, and when I do, I usually go to Cinco Tulum. It's my favorite beach club in town, and it tends to be less busy than the other beach clubs. And if you go during the weekdays, you don't have to pay an entry fee like many of the beach clubs in Tulum. They also have tents there, so that you can have a full glamping experience by the beach. I guess you've noticed by now that I like spending my time at the beaches in the archaeological zone. And while I am partial to this side of the beach, I do also sometimes spend my time in the hotel zone. And when I do, I like to hit up Dos Ceibas. It has free entry, even on the weekends, and it also tends to have more locals there too. Another favorite local hangout, popular with tourists too, is of course Eufemia, which is well known for its tacos, being unpretentious, and has good vibes. And of course, if you're going to be spending your free time at the beach, then you're going to have to work on your beach body. And why not work on your beach body at the beach? The best place to do that is of course at the famous Tulum Jungle Gym. And while it's definitely an Instagram worthy place to work out, it will also cost you $30 a day. So if you're going to be in Tulum for a while, you're better off working out at Evolve Fitness or Los Amigos Gym, which both cost about $44 a month. Evolve Fitness is modern and clean. It's quite busy though at peak hours, which is in the morning up to 11 AM or after 6 PM. So try to go there between 11 AM and 6 PM. Los Amigos Gym near La Valeta is another good one, especially if you decide to work at Los Amigos coworking because it's so close. It also has a climbing wall, which I don't know if they're still using during the pandemic. When it comes to doing your grocery shopping in Tulum, there's Chedraui, which is the largest supermarket in town. It's well stocked, and you can find anything from fruits and vegetables to clothes, appliances, and even yoga mats and snorkels. You can even buy a scooter there too. For slightly cheaper prices, you can head to Suba Aki, which is less than 5 minutes away from Chedraui. It's smaller and not as well stocked, but they do have a liquor store inside with a wide range of alcohol available at affordable prices. For organic food and produce, check out Gypsy Market. They also have quite a large selection of vegan options and imported brands. But price alert, it's expensive there. So be prepared to come out with an empty wallet or to run up a huge charge on your cards. So for fresh fruits and vegetables, I prefer to buy them off the street. They are fresher and much cheaper than what you find in the grocery stores. Another great place for vegan products and foods is Co. They also sell bulk items and sustainable products, crystals, incense, and essential oils. What I love about Co. is that they are a zero waste and plastic free shop. And you can bring your own empty jars and containers to refill things like coconut oil, shampoo, liquid soap, etc. They also have a vegetarian and vegan restaurant which has a great outdoor space and delicious food at affordable prices. And can't find something you want in Tulum? Then don't worry. Even though Tulum is in the middle of the jungle, you can still buy things on Amazon Mexico and get them delivered straight to your apartment in Tulum. Speaking of delivery, don't feel like going out? Then you can stay in and order food from tomato.mx. There are a lot of options on there, from burritos to pizza to lasagna. My personal favorites are the empanadas from Mexpanada. But take note that Tomato MX is not an app, so you have to visit their website on your computer or smartphone. And also, most businesses only accept cash. Another thing that I like to get delivered to my apartment are the 20-liter water jugs, known as garrafones. I order a couple of these every month, which I use for my drinking and cooking water. The number to order from is in the description below. And on that note, remember to stay hydrated in Tulum. As amazing as Tulum is, what I also love about it is leaving it, even for a few days. Because it's close to places like Playa del Carmen and Cancun, it's easy to get away for a day trip or a weekend trip. And if you really want to get away for a weekend trip, then I recommend Isla Holbox. It has miles upon miles of white sand by the shore and crystal clear waters as far as the eye can see. I also love zipping around on the islands on one of their golf cart taxis and watching the incredible sunsets with a pina colada in one hand. I was in Holbox earlier this year, and you can click the link above to watch my Holbox experience video. Another place that I love is Bacala. Although it's not by the sea like Tulum and Holbox, it's a small lakeside town by Lake Bacala, also known as the Lagoon of Seven Colors because of its blue and turquoise hues. I had a great time there last fall. I found it way cheaper than Cancun, Tulum or Playa. It's also more local and has less tourists, and there are lots of great food and drink spots to check out. But even after a few days away, you want to come back and explore more of Tulum. And if you haven't already, the CENOTES are waiting for you to explore. There are dozens of CENOTES to explore in and around Tulum. You can go to more popular ones like Gran Cenote or Cenote Dos Ojos. Or if you're like me and prefer to explore more off the beaten path cenotes, then my top picks are Cenote Corazon del Paraíso, and Cenotes Cristal y ESCONDIDO. Both are about a 20-minute drive outside of town, and you can enjoy swimming in icy cold water in the middle of the jungle without all the large crowds. And if you're pressed for time, head to CASA TORTUGA. There you get access to 4 CENOTES all in one area. And did you know that Aldea Zama has a cenote? Check it out and all the other cenotes that I just mentioned in my Tulum cenotes video. So between the cenotes, the co-working spaces, great weather, jungle vibes, and world-class beaches, Tulum has it going on and is a pretty great place to be a digital nomad, and you're going to love it here. Enjoy, and maybe I'll see you there soon. Also make sure to check out my playlist with other videos about Tulum, including 10 things you need to know before moving here, how to find an apartment in Tulum, and how to buy a scooter. And I hope you found this video and all my other videos useful. And if you did, then you know the drill. Please like this video and also subscribe to my channel and turn on your post notifications so I can continue to make more awesome videos for you. Adios.